Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. In our last class, we were contemplating on the deep instructions that Sri Ramakrishna has given to the young would-be monks. They are full of enthusiasm. They are untouched by the world. Some of them are commissioned to work for God. They have descended with that purpose. And Sri Ramakrishna is repeatedly insisting on dispassion, discrimination, and renunciation. Because it is renunciation and discrimination is not a thing that we can infuse in a person. It is to be awakened from within. Awakening needs only presenting in an emphatic way. This is right, this is the only way, this is the only way. How the Upanishads say, you see, Nanyah pantha vidyate ayanaya. There is no other way to transcend this nature and go beyond. That insistence, that clear understanding, that awakens from it, yes, this is true. The inner voice must come out. Sri Ramakrishna goes on insisting on their renunciation part. Hearing that Yam was all through with them, he is the only householder there, other youngsters are there, and he gets a doubt. I am married, I have children, what is my duty now? Sri Ramakrishna is again and again telling renunciation, renunciation, discrimination, dispassion, vairagya, viveka. And this he starts getting doubt. And he feels helpless. What am I to do? What am I to do? In that context, he goes and daringly asks, this made M extremely worried. He had married and was then a young man of 28, educated in college in Western way. Having a sense of duty, he asked to himself, do discrimination and dispassion mean giving up woman and gold? He was really at a loss to know what to do. M to Master. He straightway asked, Master, what should one do if one's wife says, you are neglecting me, I shall commit suicide? Master, in a serious tone, give up such a wife. If she proves an obstacle in the way of spiritual life, let her commit suicide or anything else she likes. Here we see Sri Ramakrishna again emphasizing, because the others whom he has awakened the spirit of renunciation, who can work for the Lord's work. Christ says about those who are born eunuchs and made eunuchs for the sake of the Lord. They have made themselves, means giving up the family life, all desires of the world, and taking up this cross and following the Master. Like that, these people are made for that, made to carry the torch of God, torch of peace and love. And there will be very few in this world. Others are, but they must be from skin to the core of existence. The whole thing must be filled with renunciation, along with intense compassion for the every being, not only humans, the nature. Nature contains all the jivas, every jiva and every plant even, they must be able to feel their suffering. So much of love, so much of compassion. At the same time, must be totally uninvolved so that they are able to sacrifice themselves. The moment I hold on to anything in this world, I lose my freedom to work for God. I must be totally free for God to use me as an instrument. Now I want to write something, I am using pen as an instrument. Suppose pen starts moving at its will, I can't use it. I try to write and it moves here, there. How can I write? The moment a person enters and holds to the world, he can at most transcend all things and realize God, get total freedom, but he will not be able to preach and guide, do the Lord's work. God's work to do, we must have some inner freedom. That comes by two means. One is maturity. Life's maturity will give an authority to teach others. I have seen, I have worked, I have gone through all the experiences of life. I am telling you, follow this. Another is to get the commandment of God. God telling, yes, you go and work for me. I have brought you for this purpose, work. And these people are going to renounce. When M asks, if he gives little concession to M, their spirit may come down. So he maintains that spirit. If anyone comes in the path of your spiritual struggle, renounce it. Doesn't matter. So, but at the same time, Sri Ramakrishna has come both for the householders, the married ones, those who are having family with great burden on their head. He is more compassionate towards the people who have been burdened and equally responsible and compassionate to the all-renouncing section of the world. So the two divisions, the renunciates and the householders, were to Sri Ramakrishna equal in every respect, as if they are two eyes, one of sannyasi, one of the householder. But he wanted every householder to be a sage of the ancient time, who lived in the world with family, friends, all duties and activities of life, yet remained aloof, untouched by all activities. They are free from the karmic load. So this was the rishi life of the ancient times. Sri Ramakrishna gave to the householders, and total renunciation, sannyasa, he gave to those who are capable and want to. We can't force. Those who want to renounce, we can't force them to be householders. At the same time, those who want to be householders, we can't force them, because goal is same, path are different. One is passing through the city, another is passing through the bypass. So now Sri Ramakrishna is giving that reply not only to M, but more to the sannyasins, to be strict regarding the spiritual part of existence. So here we see such a strong word Sri Ramakrishna uses. Then immersed in deep thought, M stood leaning on the wall. Narendra and other devotees remained silent for a few minutes, seeing Master's mood and the question he has asked and the answer Master has given. They are silent. The Master exchanged several words with them. He continued, and suddenly going to M, whispered in his ear, "But if a man has sincere love for God, then all come under his control, the king, the wicked persons, his wife. Sincere love for God on the husband's part may eventually help the wife to lead a spiritual life. If the husband is good, then through the grace of God, the wife may also follow his example." What a beautiful thing. He told what he has to tell them, and coming aside, in his ear he is whispering, Sri Ramakrishna, "Oh, don't worry, that is for them, this is for you." Your food is different, their food is different. You see, if you are truly, sincerely seeking spiritual life, then everything will come under your control. If your devotion to God, in whatever aspect, whatever be your understanding of God, whatever path you are following, if you are sincere, then everything will be arranged. Because plan of nature, nature's plan is evolution of man to his divinehood. Man has to evolve. Evolution. In everyone there will be animalhood, humanhood and divinehood. We have to destroy the animalhood in us, transcend, go beyond the humanhood and manifest our inner divinity. The whole thing is this much. This is the plan of nature for which man has been endowed with special intellect, that with which he can make his life comfortable here in this world and also transcend the nature and go beyond. To find oneness with the entire universe, all beings, everywhere, I am there, you are here with me. Nothing exists apart from my existence. I pervade everything. I dissolve my individuality. I dissolve my personality. I dissolve my identity. What remains? God alone. So that all-pervading reality, you can think of God in any way, with form, without form, with qualities, without qualities, beyond the qualities and qualityless, beyond the Nirguna Nirakara also. Sri Ramakrishna tells, oh, God is with form for the devotees. He is formless for the those who are following the path of jnana. Just like water is flowing, liquid, but here and there you see, because of the excessive cold, it becomes ice. There are places where there are eternal ice in the ocean. So, like that, God, for this devotee's devotion, God takes the form and appears to them. So, God is as much Saguna Sakara as much as Nirguna Nirakara. He is with form and without form and many more things beyond form and formless. What do you understand? Beyond the formless also, it is very difficult to. Formless itself we cannot conceive through mind. But he says, beyond is also there, which who can understand what God is? To our mind, to our existence, as much as there was one Swamiji in our ashrama, there in Chennai. He was a strong Advaitin. Whenever he used to take up Advaita, I used to take Dvaitic stand and argue with him. Whenever he used to come down to Dvaitic, this one, I will stand on the Advaitic, this one, and argue with him. Then years passed together. One Kalyan Sundar Shastri, who is who was in those days scholar in Vedas, Shankara Bhashya and all on his mouth, whole thing. Any problem in spiritual or religious or scriptural understanding, Shankaracharya used to call him. So he was teaching us Upanishads. He was pure Shankarite, Advaitin. And he used to give us. But he never denied, like Sri Ramakrishna, he too was upholding those who are following the Dvaita also, because Shankaracharya's last part of his life is totally dedicated to the form part of the this one. All the stotras, this, that and all, unusual. Surrender to divine. And this, so he was balancing the two, but he was more insisting on Advaita. And he started gaining that Advaitic tendency. Then he stopped completely arguing. He said, last, for me, Advaita is sufficient. With that I will spend my life and realize God in that form, formless aspect. And how finally we take up our own nature. We have our own nature. And that nature tallies with a particular aspect of God. God in a particular aspect. I am built up that. The birds of same feather flock together. You see, I belong to the same. Some part of that particular deity or that aspect of God is in me, so it matches. And I start liking it. So, when a devotee used to come, Sri Ramakrishna used to mentally offer, even before he reaches him, Tulsi and Bilva, mentally. And that soul will accept one of the two. If he accepts the Tulsi, then he belongs to Vaishnava, with form. His nature is to go for form. God with form and name, form and guna, qualities. And if he accepts Bilva, that soul, then Sri Ramakrishna is to decide, oh, he is jnani, that is, he is of the temperament of knowledge. So when he enters the door, first time, the same discussion will be going on. If he is a jnani, jnana discussion will be going on. He feels at home. And if he is a bhakta, the bhaktic aspect will be going on. That is his path. Ultimately we reach the same. But he enjoys both. So that nature, if some soul accepts both, then he will be Divine Mother. Because Shakti is common to all. So here that differentiation. I like this. Sri Ramakrishna, to him himself, he says, whatever you like, follow. God can, because God is a conscious entity and understands your high heart. He comes to you in the same way as you approach him. In Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna says, Ye yathama prapadyanti tam tathaiva bhajamyam. As the people approach me, so I approach them. Somebody comes to me as mother, I will go to him as he is my child. If somebody calls me child, I will go to him as child and call her or him as my mother. The Agoramani Devi, Gopalarma, how she loved Krishna as baby, and she actually carries him in his arm. So to that extent, God is our own. The ownness is my own, my heart of heart, my soul of soul. That understanding is sufficient for all of us. Whatever form, whatever way. Here we see that M is worried. What to do? So Master is giving them and comes and whispers in his ears. All. If you have true devotion for God, if you are truly seeking from heart of your hearts, if you are seeking spiritual life, it will come to you. Because what we are, what is our thought, what are our thoughts, what is our feeling, what is my action is governed by what I am aware of. Our awareness governs thought, feelings and action, is guided by our awareness. I am aware. If awareness is filled with divine, then your thoughts, feelings, actions, everything will be divine. What usually we do is we fill ourselves with world and call on God. We have to fill ourselves with God and then attend to the duties of life. Nothing happens. Everything will become smooth running if you are filled with God. You love God, you seek spiritual life, means your awareness is filled with divine. Your heart is filled with divine. So externally, everything will be convenient for you. Because when you are filled with God, everything is in perfect harmony. When I am filled with world, when world is inside me, what happens is, I am filled with raga dvesha. World is full of raga dvesha, likes and dislikes. I am filled with, world means likes and dislikes, hatred and attachments, aversions. This is world. The moment I keep world, I like and dislike. The moment I keep divine, I feel everybody is divine. I see my vision changes. A saint is able to see everything good and nice. Each one is seeing his own world in this world. So I am filled with divine and I see divine everywhere. That is so Sri Ramakrishna says, if you are sincere, what is within you, you will attain it. Even at the time of death, what is the last thought? You are going to reach that. Because a rocket, they fire on the Deepavali day. You can see from the manufacturing time, what all direction it has moved. Sometime it was say facing east and going in a vehicle. Then it started here, there, everywhere it has changed its face. When you fire it, it will not be moving here, there, because it was doing. Last moment for firing, which direction it is seeing, that direction alone it goes. It might have changed all the forms and directions, but the direction, last moment. What is the awareness of yours in that moment? That decides your place. So awareness is most important. What is Sri Ramakrishna says, you may be householder, it will not matter. You have your duties, sannyasi has his duties, brahmachari has his duties, they have their own life, and you have to manage with that. So be sincere all the time. When Thakur is talking to, Sri Ramakrishna is talking to other youngsters after scolding him, all through he was inside, he was just standing against a wall and going on lamenting within himself. What shall I do? Now he tells the whole thing, story. It may transform, if you are transformed, other things will get transformed. Sri Ramakrishna, your devotion, your love, your sacrifice will change her life. She too will start leading a spiritual life. So, life alone transforms life. Again and again we must remember. If I want to transform anybody, I have to change my life first. Then others, I need not teach. All have to see and learn. You see, in houses you can see the child, newborn child, everything it will see others and start doing. The elder brother takes a spoon to eat, he wants a spoon to eat. Whatever others do, he will do. That is a human tendency. So, here also, you live a ideal life, others will follow it. You will be an example. You have to live and show, rather than words. Words will not transform. Life will transform. This had most soothing effect on him. He was burning within. Let her commit suicide. What shall I do? He tells now. All the while he had been thinking, let her commit suicide, what can I do? He was thinking, let her commit suicide, what shall I do? When Sri Ramakrishna comes and utters, everything will change if you enshrine God within. Here, this had most soothing effect on M's worried mind. He was full of worries. Sri Ramakrishna came and whispered in his ear. It was so soothing. Burning heart, great solace. Yes, I too have a way. I too have a chance. In spite of all my shortcomings or errors, there is a way. I always remind people of the Google, what do you call that road map? Google map. Google map. If you make a mistake, it will not shout. Wherever you make mistake and go, from there it shows direction. It will not stop also. Why did you go there? No. Wherever you go in wrong path, go in wrong direction, it will be showing, go here. You don't go there. You go this direction. From there it will show the path. Wherever you go and stop, like that is God and Guru. Don't worry. Every person at all times have a path to go from there. Google map you call. Very good. So Guru and God are like Google map. Neither get worried nor make you worry. This, all the while, M had been thinking, let her commit suicide, what can I do? M to the master. This world is terrible place indeed. This world is terrible place indeed. Master to the devotees. That is the reason Chaitanya said to his companion Nityananda, listen brother, there is no hope of salvation for the worldly minded. Worldly minded is different from householder. Householder need not be worldly minded. Worldly minded is who is running after the materialism, physical enjoyments, illegitimate way, because his mind is filled with enjoyments. He is not satisfied with God, what God has given him, nature has given him, what he has with him, he is not satisfied and fulfilled with that. He wants something else which is not there. Craving is not ending with small enjoyments. Then he is called worldly. His mind is totally given to the world of enjoyments and possessions. He is called worldly man. Such a worldly man who is filled inside and outside with the world, there is no hope. He can be a householder, having wife, children and all, self-contained, it is sufficient. He will safely reach, there is no problem. And he will make his family also smoothly go in that direction in which he is going. Listen, brother, there is no hope or salvation of the worldly minded. On another occasion, Sri Ramakrishna is continuing. No, M is continuing, the author of the book. On another occasion, the master had said, M privately is disclosing here. Master is, yes, there is no hope for a worldly man if he is not devoted to God. If he is devoted to God, nothing to worry, but has nothing to fear if he remains in the world after realizing God. Nor need not realize God alone, because everyone cannot realize and live in the world. Nor need a man have fear whatever of the world if he attains sincere devotion by practicing spiritual discipline now and then in solitude. In solitude, if he practices little sadhana and cultivates devotion for God, if he is in married life with family, nothing to worry. There is somebody to take care, somebody to guide, somebody to lead. We will continue tomorrow. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.